Welcome back to Cobalt Black. Today I'm reviewing Aethermancer, the monster taming roguelite from Moi Rai games, the creators of Monster Sanctuary. It's been in early access since September 2025. After spending significant time with this game, I'm ready to give you my full verdict on whether this $21.99 indie gem deserves your money. What is Aethermancer? Aethermancer is a monster collecting roguelite with turn-based tactical combat set in a dark fantasy world. You play as an Aethermancer, someone who can form bonds with monsters trapped in cycles of death and rebirth. The core loop is simple but deep. Explore procedurally generated dungeons, collect and bond with monsters, engage in strategic turn-based battles, and manage the 4-element ether system that powers your abilities. When your monsters die, and they will die, you can rebirth them and they'll return potentially stronger. Currently, the game features 28 base monsters with shifted variants, kind of like shinies, 443 unique abilities, 3 biomes to explore, and multiple difficulty modes. For an early access title, there's already a substantial amount of content here. Combat and monster systems. This is where Aethermancer shines. Combat is turn-based, with heavy emphasis on planning and synergy building. You manage 4 types of ether, essentially the game's resource system, and need to balance offense, defense, and elemental weakness. What makes this special is how monsters grow. Every level up you choose from a dynamic skill pool that reacts to your previous choices and the other monsters in your party. This means you're not just following preset skill trees, you're actively shaping builds on the fly based on your team composition. The elemental system matters. Poison builds, shield stacking, ether purging. There are multiple viable build strategies, and the game rewards you for understanding enemy patterns and your team's capabilities. This isn't a game where you can just button mash. Every decision counts. Here's where roguelite fans will get excited. Aethermancer has 4 avenues of meta progression that each make death feel like progress rather than punishment. First is the town system. As you progress, you unlock townsfolk and decorations that provide permanent bonuses. Second, monsters gain worthiness, essentially experience that persists across runs. Third, you unlock new starting monsters and loadout options. And then finally, there's the rebirth system itself. When a monster dies permanently, you can rebirth its soul. The reborn version will be the same monster, but can have varied skills depending on your team comp and skills it had learned previously. This creates a compelling risk-reward dynamic. Do you play it safe or push deeper knowing failure still grants progression? The meta progression is well placed. You're constantly unlocking something new without feeling like you're grinding for hours just to make meaningful progress. Let's be real about early access status. Right now, you get 1 player class, 3 biomes, 28 monsters with shiny variants, and 1 deity boss fight. The devs are planning to add more classes, biomes, monsters, quality of life improvements, and true endgame content before their 1.0 launch. What's here is polished. I haven't encountered game-breaking bugs, the combat is balanced, and the progression feels complete even if more content is coming. This isn't a bare-bones early access cash grab. It's a functional, enjoyable game that's being expanded. The developers, Moi Rai Games, have a strong track record with Monster Sanctuary. They're actively engaging with their community and have already implemented player feedback. If you're worried about early access abandonment, their history suggests you shouldn't be. That said, if you're the type who wants the complete experience, you might want to wait for 1.0. The core game is here, but the planned additions could significantly enhance the experience. The death, rebirth, and worthiness systems. This is Aethermancer's signature mechanic, and it's executed brilliantly. When a monster dies in combat, it's gone from that run permanently. This creates genuine tension in battles. You're not just managing HP bars, you're protecting companions you've invested in. But death isn't the end. Monsters permanently gain worthiness. This is a meta progression system where each monster can earn traits upon worthiness level up. And these traits are permanent across runs. They can range from bonus health to more ether generated. Your worthiness grows based on what you did during battle. The more damage you did, damage enabled through buffs, or healing done can all grant worthiness points. When you rebirth your monster later in a different run, it will have these new traits that you gained from leveling up your worthiness. So, who's this game for? Aethermancer is for you if you love deep monster collecting games, but want more challenge than Pokemon. You enjoy turn-based tactical combat with build variety, you appreciate roguelites that respect your time with meaningful meta progression, or you want something more complex than Vampire Survivors but less punishing than traditional roguelites. This is not for you if you want fast-paced action combat, hate losing progress, prefer story-driven linear experiences, or are looking for something casual you can turn your brain off for. The Monster Sanctuary comparison is fair. If you love the game's depth, you'll enjoy this. But Aethermancer leans harder into the roguelite elements with the procedural generation and the permadeath. My final verdict? At $21.99, is Aethermancer worth it? Yeah, honestly, buy now if you're a fan of the genre. Here's my reasoning. The core gameplay loop is already excellent. The combat is engaging, the monster variety provides real build diversity, and the meta progression makes each run feel meaningful. You're getting 20 plus hours easily with current content, and more is coming. The early access concerns are minimal. The game is stable, the developers are proven, and what's here feels complete enough to justify the purchase. If you're a fan of monster collector, roguelites, or tactical RPGs, this scratches multiple itches simultaneously. The only reason to wait is if you absolutely must must have the full 1.0 experience with all planned classes and biomes, but honestly, the game's fun right now. And you'll want to start building your monster collection anyway, so you're ready when that content drops. At $21.99, this is a steal for what you're getting. It's priced appropriately for its content level and quality. I've seen early access games ask for more while delivering significantly less. So that's my full take on Aethermancer. If you want to see unedited gameplay and my first impressions, check out my Let's Play videos linked in the description, as well as a build suggestion video. I show exactly how the combat flows, make plenty of mistakes that you can learn from, and demonstrate the rebirth system in action. If you made it this far in the video, a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to grow the channel right now, and every little bit helps. As always, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out.